Man, what a crazy night. And I'm talking about YouTube. I'm not even talking about SmackDown Live, man. YouTube right now, it's 10:36 p.m. I waited and I waited and I waited as long as I could. I didn't want to wait too long because I wanted to record my thoughts on SmackDown Live 1000. But there is a site-wide outage for YouTube, completely down worldwide. I don't know what the reason is, but if you guys are seeing this on Wednesday morning when you wake up to start your days, don't be alarmed because I couldn't upload it on Tuesday night. I hope I can. When I'm done with this, I hope YouTube is back up and running because I would prefer it. I would love it if it's up on Tuesday night. It would save me the headache of doing something on Wednesday morning that should have been done on Tuesday night. But if you guys are seeing this on Wednesday and seeing it as a fresh upload, then you know why. So that is the reason. So hopefully things get back to normal, but there is a YouTube site-wide outage all across the globe. And I have no idea what's going on. Maybe the end of days. I have no idea. Anyway, man, programming note I want to make you guys aware of. I did upload, and I don't know why I did. I wanted to hold off until tomorrow, but something told me I should get content up today. I uploaded a WWE 2K19 My Career video, episode number 5. We won, or maybe I just spoiled it for everybody. Well, I guess I could say it now. I won the United States Championship. Mr. 9 to 5 is the new United States Champion, and he had a few tough challenges as champion. One of them very surprising on SmackDown Live, man. So you want to go check that out. Great video. Please go and check it out, man. WWE 2K19, thank you guys so much for showing all the support on those videos, man. Really, really great stuff coming up for that series. And yes, clowns, Spider-Man is still coming. I got a lot on my plate right now on top of this and the reviews and off the script and everything else. NXT UK tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon rather, 3 p.m. I'll be watching that. I'll be reviewing that. Black Ops 4 is out. I got WWE 2K19. There's a bunch of stuff going on, man. I'm sprinkling a few dashes of pepper, a little, everywhere on the channel. So hopefully you guys are enjoying everything that's going on right now. Follow me on Twitter, man, at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are dangerously close to 99,000 subscribers, man. As soon as we hit 99,000, the new t-shirt is going on sale. So you guys have it in time as we hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. SmackDown Live 1000, man. I am going to go and venture off and give you guys a little dose of truth like I always do. I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. I don't want to make anybody salty. I don't want to trigger anybody. I don't want to get anybody's panties in a bunch. I don't want to have some fucking idiot, "Oh, JD, all you do is complain, man." I don't need those fucking idiots coming to me, man, but I got to let you guys know how I'm feeling. Okay? SmackDown Live 1000. I enjoyed SmackDown Live 1000, but there's always a but. I understand that WWE has 2 shows that they have to build towards. They got Crown Jewel, and no mention of Saudi Arabia anywhere on this show or Monday Night Raw. I am of the mindset, and I am looking at this as a fan from the outside looking in. If WWE does not make a statement on Crown Jewel, then for all intents and purposes, it will remain in Saudi Arabia. That's the way I feel. If WWE has not announced a new venue or a new location for Crown Jewel, then we are to assume that it's taking place in Saudi Arabia, and WWE is not mentioning the country of Saudi Arabia because of the negative feeling that the country of Saudi Arabia is getting in the mainstream media. Simple as that. WWE will probably move Crown Jewel. Now, we have a couple of weeks. November 2nd is a couple of weeks away. If the stock prices plummet if WWE stock takes a huge hit, then they will definitely move Crown Jewel. That's all I'm saying on that. But as far as them not mentioning it, they're not mentioning it because right now it just brings a negative feeling when you mention that with all the things that are going on right now and all the people actually pulling out of their deals in Saudi Arabia. These multi-billion-dollar deals, all the companies are pulling out. So if WWE doesn't make mention of Saudi Arabia, they are doing it just to kind of, go hide a little bit while this thing is cleared up. But as far as it being in Saudi Arabia, it is in Saudi Arabia until we are notified of something else and another location being named. That's it. I understand that WWE has 2 pay-per-views, Crown Jewel being one of them, Evolution being the other. Okay? Monday Night Raw celebrated 25 years, and that show was god-awful. It was literally one of the worst shows of the entire year. Everything outside of the Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon stuff to open that show, completely worthless to everybody. Yet there were suckers who paid all that amount of money to go to the Manhattan Center and be at Monday Night Raw while they got fucking shafted. You could not pay me to sit in the Manhattan Center for Raw 25. That show was 3 hours. Why did SmackDown Live only get 2 hours for their 1000th episode? Why? This was a much larger crowd than normal for a SmackDown Live. This was the 1000th episode of SmackDown Live. WWE, I feel, didn't even really push this thing until maybe like 3 weeks ago. If there was a show, period, during the calendar year for WWE that needed 3 hours, if there was a SmackDown show during the year that needed 3 hours, it should have been this one. I honestly felt that WWE rushed through this entire thing. It's as if WWE was the do-good husband, and he was trying to get the wife's errands done. And he went to the supermarket, and he blew through the supermarket in 10 minutes, while the wife wanted him to really go and do a really, really, really big food shopping. He kind of blew through every aisle, grabbing whatever was on sale, saying, fuck it. This is what I got. Errands are done. Let me sit on the couch, open a beer, and watch the fucking Boston Red Sox and Houston Astros. That's what I feel WWE did tonight. It was right. Everything was rushed. WWE tried to fit in matches and fit in storylines and build towards whatever they got coming up with cameos in between and video packages in between and highlights in between and an Undertaker fucking promo that wasted everybody's time in between. What came out of this show? Outside of the Rey Mysterio debut again in WWE or reemergence in WWE. Debut was the wrong word there. Rey Mysterio's reemergence in WWE or return to WWE. Evolution coming back during a great promo with Batista, Flair, Triple H, and Randy Orton. Cutting edge with Edge, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. And then everything else was just rushed. Like, I enjoyed myself. There was enough to keep me on the edge of my seat. But was it a good effort? I don't think so. There was a lot left just empty. There was a sense of emptiness. And I don't know why WWE didn't put enough into this show. I really don't. So that's the way I feel about SmackDown Live 1000. I felt like it was a good effort, but underneath all the cameos and the Rey Mysterio return and the cutting edge and Evolution and the Undertaker, it was nothing more than a regular SmackDown Live that we usually get on a random Tuesday night. It didn't feel special. There was nothing about this show that felt special at all. WWE, we went about it with the same set, same stage. They didn't give you no throwback or anything. They didn't do anything. They didn't give you the old video package that they promoted on Twitter. They did the old SmackDown Live, the old SmackDown video package with the current stars. We didn't get none of that. You don't think the live television audience would have loved to seen that at home? This show was just like, It's like the WWE just, I don't know. It's like they didn't put any effort into it. And I don't want to say it because I know WWE has this show going to Fox 5 next year and it's worth $2 billion. I still don't know how. WWE's bringing this show to Fox next year. But the way that they treated this show, 1,000 episodes of a show is a pretty big fucking deal. I feel like WWE truly treats SmackDown Live as the fucking wicked stepbrother. Or the redheaded stepchild of WWE. And here we got Stephanie McMahon on this show in the opening segment talking about how Monday Night Raw would have opened things a lot more epic and a lot bigger, a lot more important. Something else. That's not the Truth TV segment. What exactly would we have opened Monday Night Raw with? A Roman Reigns promo? Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion? Yeah, because I'm sure people want to see that. The Dogs of War versus the Shield for the fucking 16th time in 2 months? What else would we open Monday Night Raw with? Another Bobby Roode versus Ascension match? Don't get me started. Fucking ridiculous. Jinder Mahal versus Finn Balor? Team B&B? Bayley and Balor opening up a fucking side business outside their ruined WWE careers? The Revival losing to the fucking B team? Yeah, don't get me started. Monday Night Raw is the A show. Fuck out of here. I understand that they have to say these things, but when they say these things, they're absolutely fucking fooling themselves, and they're making themselves look stupid. Absolutely stupid. SmackDown Live opened up with Truth TV. There was a dance break, and Stephanie McMahon, the Raw commissioner, comes out and spreads damnation all over SmackDown Live. What a way to ruin a celebration. Bring out Stephanie McMahon, give her a microphone. Have her open her mouth. Have that screeching fucking witch voice just echo through the fucking arena. It's a great way to ruin someone's fucking heart on. Stephanie thanks them for the introduction. Fans start booing. Stephanie says that she was the first general manager of SmackDown Live, and she had a vision. Yes, Stephanie, we want, Stephanie created the Evolution. She started the Women's Revolution. She was the first GM of SmackDown Live. Might as well just say Stephanie started SmackDown Live. She created SmackDown Live. That it was her catchphrase and not The Rock's. Go ahead. That's what I was waiting for here. Stephanie to take full, just full credit for SmackDown Live. So Stephanie tells Truth to go ahead. Truth is about to ask his first question, but Shane McMahon, who we haven't seen, I believe, since WrestleMania on WWE TV, makes his return. Shane officially welcomes everyone to SmackDown 1000 and asks, "What's up?" Shane talks about how the opening video flooded him with memories and how tonight wouldn't be possible without the fans. Yeah, those same fans that Stephanie says they listen to, but in actuality they don't. All you have to do is watch Monday Night Raw for Stephanie's statement to be a crock of shit. Shane thanks the fans in attendance and the viewers around the world watching at home, and the WWE as a whole, a success every week. Yeah, why don't we ask the declining Monday Night Raw ratings? Down, 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 down. How low can you go? Raw. Great to see them declining every single fucking week. And it starts at the top. It starts at the top. Get rid of them. Stephanie knocks the fans for buying Shane's lines. Shane welcomes her to the A show. So I guess Shane mixed up NXT with SmackDown Live. That's what I'm assuming. He's welcoming her to the A show. The A show is on Wednesdays. Can't be SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live is a distant B show. Monday Night Raw is somewhere at the bottom of the Atlantic fucking ocean. Nowhere to be found again. I hope it was eaten by fucking Jaws. This show sucks. Monday Night Raw. Garbage. It's not an A show. It's a show. It's a terrible show. It is a god-awful show. So Stephanie says that, yes, SmackDown is a show. But Stephanie says Raw would never open up the night with Truth TV. Yeah, because Roman Reigns is so much better. I would rather see Truth TV every Monday night at 8 p.m. than fucking Roman Reigns in the Shield. I am being completely and genuinely honest with you. I really am. I honestly think R-Truth has more charisma than all 5 years of Roman Reigns in his entire WWE run. And good on R-Truth. R-Truth is in the opening segment. Good on R-Truth. He's in the opening segment of SmackDown Live 1000 with Stephanie and Shane. And then out comes Vince McMahon. Now, I fucking hate Vince McMahon's ideologies. I hate his mentality. I hate his way of thinking. I think he's fucking senile. I honestly think the man needs to step away. I will say this every single fucking time I'm on here in front of this microphone, in front of this camera. But there's something about Vince McMahon when he comes out through the curtain, when he puts down the headset, when he walks through Gorilla, when he emerges onto the stage in front of the live audience. There's just something about Vince McMahon that drives people to go absolutely fucking nuts. It's great to see him, but I fucking hate him. I really do. Vince McMahon has one of the greatest theme songs of all time. No chance. People were singing along, chanting along to the man's theme song. The guy's coming down the ring, down to the ring, doing his walk. He gets in the ring. Vince says no one wants to see Shane and Stephanie argue. I don't want to see Shane and Stephanie, period. They want to be entertained. This is what he said. Vince says people want to be entertained. We have been crying every single Monday night to be entertained. And if that is your form of entertainment on Monday night, my God, what the fuck are you doing? We want to be entertained, he says. Vince has been doing a shitty job of entertaining the masses all year. But tonight, he feels the people want to be entertained. So, Vince goes on about entertainment, and the fans give him the what treatment. Stephanie says that he does have his hearing aid in. He can hear you. No worries. Vince calls for a dance break, and everyone in the ring starts dancing. Now, Vince starts dancing. Stephanie starts dancing. Shane starts dancing. Can you imagine taking Vince to a fucking nightclub and him dancing the way he was dancing in the middle of that ring tonight? You would get zero pussy. Just letting you know right now. Or maybe you would. Maybe they just see fucking dollar signs all over Vince. Maybe he smells like money, and that alone would get a fucking hooah back to your hotel room. I don't know. Choose wisely. So that was the opening segment of SmackDown Live, man. You know, it was fun. I laughed. I chuckled. I laughed at Vince McMahon dancing. And clearly, you know, I'm going a little bit over the top. I'm embellishing a little bit. I enjoyed the opening segment, but you know, I just feel like WWE, it really feels like WWE scripted this opening segment in like fucking 10 minutes. Excuse me. I feel like they scripted this shit in 10 minutes. Really nothing to it. Open SmackDown Live 1000. You figure, you know, they would start it off in a bigger way. This is 1,000 fucking episodes, man. It's a big deal. And we get this. But it entertained people, I guess, right? You were entertained? That's all that matters. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos. A tired concept that WWE always goes to every now and then. You know, the two babyface opponents, or if they're two heel opponents, they usually pair them up and see if they can, you know, be a cohesive unit. You know, it's simple wrestling booking 101. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos, man. This is a tag team match that could headline any pay-per-view outside of the WrestleMania or SummerSlam. This is a major tag team match that could headline any show on WWE, any week. This is the type of shit we need to be seeing. This is the type of shit we need to see from the Usos. Jimmy and Jay. You know, I love the Usos. I think they're great. I love the way that they look. I love the way that they act. I love the way that they carry themselves. They're a fantastic tag team. We need to start seeing more of the Usos, man. I think they've been on the back burner for just a little bit too long. And the Usos in this match with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, I'm like, oh shit. WWE's going about it the generic way where the baby faces are going to try and, gel together. There's going to be a little mishap, and then they're going to come back, and they're going to get the big baby face win while they're frustrated with one another, and then they feed them the Usos. Meanwhile, it's the Usos who need a nice little boost of momentum here. What a win for the Usos this would be if they beat AJ Styles, the WWE Champion, and Daniel Bryan, the number one contender for the WWE Championship. And man, was I right? Man, was I right? That Usos needing momentum, what a big win this would be for the Usos, actually came true. The Usos win here, while I am not really all that excited about where they go from here, they at least get a big win on SmackDown Live 1000. Bryan goes up top, nails a missile dropkick to Jey Uso in the ring. Bryan does a kip up. Bryan with the yes kicks to Jey while he's on his knees, okay? And there was no botch here. If this was Brie, Jey Uso would have been knocked out cold. He would have been joining Liv Morgan in the fucking trainer's room. So, Bryan with the yes kicks. Bryan connects with a roundhouse kick, but Jimmy breaks the pin. Styles tries to hit Jimmy with a phenomenal forearm, misses, rolls through as he springboards off the top rope. Bryan ends up running into AJ with a forearm, and this confusion leads to Jimmy hitting a super kick on AJ, knocking him out. Bryan ducked it. He ducked out of the way while Jimmy hit AJ with a super kick. The Usos then follow up. Daniel Bryan went to go apologize to AJ Styles. He was like, oh my God, what did I do? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. AJ shoves him out of the way. Bryan turns around, eats a double super kick from both Jimmy and Jey, and the Usos get the victory. The Usos beat the WWE Champion and the number one contender for the WWE title. That's a huge feather in the cap of the Usos. Where they go from here? Probably nowhere. Now, it's great to see the Usos get a victory over two guys like Bryan and Styles, but the bigger question is, where do they go from here? I'm not going to get excited about the Usos beating these two guys because more than likely, the WWE will do nothing with this big win that the Usos got tonight. Maybe they do. Maybe this would automatically make them the number one contenders for the tag team title, you would have to assume. So the winner of the New Day versus the Bar that happens later on tonight, that happened tonight, you would probably have to face the Usos. That's the way I'd book it. But knowing SmackDown Live, knowing WWE, this would be nothing. This is going nowhere. So it's tough to get excited until I see something materialize from this. But the Usos got a big victory. Now it's in the WWE's hands for the Usos to get some more momentum and maybe get another tag team title shot. We'll see what happens. Usos win. AJ and Daniel Bryan have a little back and forth now confusion. The house that AJ built was rattled a little bit here on SmackDown Live. Paige is backstage with Vicky Guerrero, Teddy Long, John Laurinaitis, People Power. God, People Power. Remember that? Vicky yells at him because I guess John Laurinaitis walked into the room and got in everybody's way, blocked everybody out. He took the spotlight. Vicky was yelling, "Excuse me." Thank God we didn't see that live on the microphone. That is mute-worthy. I'm letting you know right now. Mute-worthy. You think Leo Rush on Monday Night Raw is mute-worthy? Listen to Vicky Guerrero in 2018 yell "excuse me" over and over again. Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair. This was the best thing of the entire night. Evolution returns. They reunite on SmackDown 1000. Now, I know YouTube is down. I wish I would have had the promo queued up, I would have played the entire thing. But WWE and their YouTube channel I cannot access right now, so I'm just going to have to just go off the notes that I have here. This was absolutely the best thing on the entire night. Randy Orton looked like he looked when he was first in Evolution, man. He looked like a younger version of himself, coming out nicely dressed. Ric Flair wearing a nice blue suit with his chains. He's smiling. He's fucking super happy to be there. Triple H coming out wearing his jeans and his leather jacket, looking like Triple H could. And then Batista coming out wearing a nice leather jacket, nice maroon leather jacket. And he's got the sunglasses on, looking all Hollywood. This was great, man. I am so happy. I know everybody said it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to add on top to what everybody is already stating. I am happy that Batista is back, at least for one night right now, until things materialize, hopefully. At least right now, back in the WWE, back on SmackDown Live, man. I miss Batista. For some reason, I miss Batista, man. I feel bad for Batista because he came back in 2014 and things were just done so horribly. And then they tried to, make it right. And then by the time it was all over, you look back on it and like, what the fuck just happened? They brought him back in 2014 to win the Royal Rumble. The fans didn't want that because he was right in the middle of this Daniel Bryan fucking movement, the Yes Movement. People wanted Bryan. Daniel Bryan was supposed to win the Royal Rumble in the fans' eyes. WWE gave it to Batista. The fans backlashed. WWE had to change WrestleMania's main event. A lot of that had to do with CM Punk walking away after the Royal Rumble as well, but, it's still a fuck-up. It's still a mistake on WWE's behalf. So they changed the main event of WrestleMania. Batista and Randy Orton put over Daniel Bryan in the best possible fucking way to give us one of the best endings to a WrestleMania in the history of that event. And then he turns heel, aligns with Orton, and reforms Evolution to battle the Shield. Now that's the way Batista should have came back to begin with. They came back with Batista as a babyface. Instead, we should have got Hollywood prick Batista. That's the Batista we should have got. So they tried to correct what they should have did in January, but by the time WrestleMania was over with and we got into the spring, summer months, early summer months, it was too late. It was too late, no matter how good the Shield matches were. So I was hoping that something would materialize from this, and WWE gave you a nice little throwback here with Evolution. Fans were chanting for Batista that he was super over, being that it's Washington, D.C., and he lives in Washington, D.C., this is his hometown, and he said he bounced 2 blocks away from the arena at nightclubs for 13 years. Orton says, coming down the aisle, hearing that music brought back memories. Orton says Evolution was just a start for him because he kept evolving. Orton says, while Triple H has been running the show, while Flair has lived vicariously through his daughter, and while Batista has spent more time in a makeup chair than in a ring. It's funny that you say that, Mr. Orton, with the reports going around that Batista has been calling to get back into the WWE and them ignoring him. I don't think that's such a fair statement to be made here. So, he throws a little zinger there at Batista. He says he's been busting his ass to make a name for himself and to cement his legacy, and that's exactly what he plans on doing and has been doing. Now, just by what Orton said, I think everybody was expecting some type of attack here. And being that Orton has been a fucking lunatic as of late, he has been the venomous viper. It would not be out of the realm of possibility for him to just do something completely unwarranted and unpredictable and deliver an RKO on Batista out of nowhere. Or better yet, maybe attack Ric Flair. But I know that was never going to happen, but you guys get my point. Do something out of the ordinary to kind of continue where he's going character-wise on SmackDown Live. Now, Batista takes the microphone, and Batista says he's nervous because it's been a while since he's been in the ring, but he's going to enjoy it and ignore everything that Randy Orton said. So he took it as a little joke. He didn't take it too seriously. Batista says people know he doesn't want this microphone in his hand, but he thought about what he wanted to say on this auspicious occasion. Now, I don't know what he meant by that. People know he doesn't want this microphone in his hand. I don't know why he said that. Why wouldn't people want the microphone in his hand? I wanted to hear what he had to say. I'm not sure the people in WWE or the people in the back wanted to hear what he had to say. Maybe he would have a little moment where he just goes off and says something he's not supposed to say, which I'll get into in a second. Now, he thought of 4 things, he said. He wanted to be here tonight because it celebrates 1,000 episodes of the brand he's proud to say he helped build. He also wanted to be here because we're in his hometown. So, that's what he said. It's Washington, D.C. He grew up as a poor kid, bouncing at clubs 2 blocks away for 13 years. The third reason is the fans. Here and around the world, whether you booed him or called him Bootista or Bluetista, whatever you called him, Triple H found this very funny and started laughing in the middle of the ring. He still loves you, he says, and wanted nothing else but to entertain you. You're welcome. Batista says he gave the fans his all, and he didn't care if he won or lost. He just wanted to entertain everyone every single night. The fourth reason, but not the least important reason, is these guys, Evolution. Batista goes on about how special Evolution is and how the energy changes when they walk in, when Line in the Sand is played, which I love that fucking theme song. He says it hasn't been done before, hasn't been done since, and won't be done again. Now, I'm going to stop right there for a second. There were rumors going around that Sanity was going to come in here and just ruin the whole thing. I'm glad that that did not happen. We don't need Sanity being fed to Evolution. I did not want to see Eric Young take a fucking Batista bomb. I didn't want to see Killian Dane get a fucking RKO. I didn't want to see Alexander Wolf take a fucking spine buster or a pedigree from Triple H. We didn't need that. That's not what they need. Okay? You need to build them back up if that is even fucking salvageable right now. The other thing I was thinking about, man, if you wanted to make a huge fucking debut, if you wanted to really make a splash on SmackDown Live, man, how great would it have been if Batista's saying all this and you got all 4 of those guys in the middle of the ring and then the arena goes black and then you see Shock the System, play on the PA system, and out comes Adam Cole with Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong, and Undisputed Era makes their SmackDown Live debuts, man. How great would that have been to see Undisputed Era and Evolution stare off? It's like looking into the fucking future with Undisputed Era. That's the vision I see with Undisputed Era. Can you imagine how great it would have been if Adam Cole got on the microphone with Triple H or Randy Orton? Man, that would have been fucking phenomenal. Those are the things I was thinking about, man. I was doing a little fantasy booking when I was watching SmackDown Live. Anyway, not to stray too far off from what Batista was saying. Batista says Orton has more talent in his pinky than most guys that have stepped in the ring. Batista praises the Nature Boy and says, "What do I have to say about this guy that you don't already know?" And then he mentioned, "Rick, keep it in your pants." Space Mountain and all that shit. Batista praises Triple H for his in-ring work. Says, this man is running the business. This man is the business. He's changing the business. There's nothing that Triple H hasn't done. 14-time world champion Triple H. There's nothing that Triple H hasn't done except beat him. And Triple H turns and stares a fucking hole. Lasers Batista. Batista's face, dead serious. That joking, loving, I'm happy to be here attitude that Batista had, that shit went away quick. Now, 2 things here. People went fucking crazy for this. The amount of people that tweeted me when I tweeted about this, all I stated was, if that is not seeds planted for a future match between these two, then I don't know what the fuck is. And the amount of people that retweeted and liked that tweet was fucking crazy. The amounts of comments that I got saying that if this match happens, I'm going to WrestleMania. I want to see Batista and Triple H in a match once again at WrestleMania or in a match period. If there is a match between these two, it is happening in New Jersey at WrestleMania 35. That is a seed planted. Right there. That is the confirmation that we're getting that Batista is at least coming back to the WWE. That is his WrestleMania match right there. And I am all for that. When he comes back for this mini run, I don't know. Batista has stated that he wants a full year. He wants to do the house shows. He wants to do all the pay-per-views. He wants one more run before he finally hangs it up as a professional wrestler. And that's his last opponent. He's made mention every single time someone interviews him. Triple H is my dream final opponent to retire me. That is it. Batista probably going to the Hall of Fame in April. That'll probably be his last match. Book it. You got me sold. You got me sold on Batista and Triple H in the middle of that ring, promo for promo, building that match to WrestleMania. Yes, it's the obligatory Triple H in the big spotlighted match at WrestleMania, but at least this one makes sense. At least out of all the Triple H matches that he's had at WrestleMania, one-on-one, the shit with Sting was just done because he could put it on his resume. Look, I fought Sting at WrestleMania. At least this one has a backstory. Batista walked away from Evolution in 2014 and quit for a second time. The only one that would allow him back into the WWE is Triple H. At least this has legs to stand on, and it's a story that needs a conclusion. It needs an ending. And I'm all for this. This was fantastic. I loved everything about this segment, man. So, Ric Flair got in the middle of them. He was joking around, Ric Flair, laughing and smiling, doing his little, styling and profiling. Then they all hug. Triple H hugs Batista. They have some friendly words as Line in the Sand plays on the PA. This was fantastic. This was easily my best moment of the week so far for WWE TV. We'll see what happens. World Cup qualifying match, Rusev versus The Miz. This one didn't last 2 minutes. The Miz wins here. Miz takes advantage because of Aiden English. Aiden English tries to interfere and cost Rusev the match. So that caused a distraction. Rusev was rolled up for the quick win by The Miz. Miz advances to the World Cup. So now the World Cup is fleshed out. Completely fleshed out. We have all 8 members, or all 8 competitors rather, of the World Cup tournament. After the match, Lana approaches English at ringside, low blows him. Rusev attacks English and destroys him at ringside. Rusev snaps and tosses English over the announce table. Kurt Hawkins is backstage with Edge for a mini Edgehead reunion, but no Zack Ryder. And this is one of those things that could have been part of the 3-hour program. I don't know why we didn't get an extra hour. There was so much talent that could have been featured on this show. So many more, feel-good moments for, a 1,000th episode that would have been warranted. And we got 2 hours of rushed television. It was a rushed program. So Edge was there. He was coming out for a cutting edge. Tony Chimmel did the introduction, which is always great. The rated R, I can't even do it because I won't even try it. My voice is not really all that, I would say, healed or up to standard to do that type of thing. But he did the rated R superstar entrance. Cutting edge, man. Edge is one of the greatest of all time. There was a period on SmackDown Live where Edge carried that show on his fucking back. Edge is truly one of the greatest of all time in WWE, man. And the fact that he's got my favorite band, or one of my favorite bands, as his theme music, man. To hear Alter Bridge, to hear Myles Kennedy singing on SmackDown Live, man. It's a moment that I sorely miss, and a moment that I wish never went away. I miss Edge, man. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in the things that he did. The attitude that he portrayed, he was great in the ring. He had everything. He literally had everything. He did a cutting edge, and he interviewed Becky Lynch. I hated this. And I hated this not because of what Edge was trying to relay. I hated this because WWE just does not want to quit. What they had Edge go out there and say, verbatim, line for line, that script that Edge had to memorize before coming out here was god-awful. God-awful. Edge is interviewing Becky Lynch. Edge thanks her for being on the cutting edge. He's happy that she's here. Edge says that he couldn't help but notice how he and Becky have a lot of similarities. Becky says Edge is one of those people that she modeled her career after, and she appreciates him having her on the show. Becky says clearly Edge sees what she sees. Edge agrees and hopes she will hear him out. Edge goes on about how he wasn't supposed to be in the main event or be on the posters. He had to scratch and bite every inch he got in this company, just like Becky. Which is true. Which is true. I am not faulting Edge there. That is 100% fact. Now, Edge then goes on to say Becky didn't make the right choice in throwing away her friendship with Charlotte Flair. This is where the fucking promo goes to the shitter. Becky doesn't care about a friendship or camaraderie. She don't. Why would she care about her friendship with Charlotte? Charlotte is someone that constantly is being handed thing after thing after thing, opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, title shot after title shot after title shot. With no rhyme or reason. Well, Becky sits in the corner, Becky sits in catering, Becky sits in the back. Well, she doesn't do anything. Becky stood up for herself. Why do we constantly have to have people? And tonight, of all people, it was fucking Edge telling Becky, you gotta think about what you're doing. Really? Did you think about what you were doing when you fucking took Lita away from Matt Hardy to further your career? Did you think about what you were doing when you cashed in Money in the Bank on John Cena and won the WWE title? Did you think about what you were doing when you had live sex on Monday Night Raw? Give me a fucking break. The guy has been a babyface, yes. The majority of his career, the highlights of the man's career were done as a heel. A cutthroat heel that didn't give a shit about anybody and got away with what he did because that's what needed to be done. He needed to do what he needed to do to get ahead. Becky is doing what she needs to do to solidify her spot at the top. When did Edge ever give a fuck about a relationship or a friendship? So having Edge spew this garbage is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I understand I would say the underlying meaning of what he's trying to do here. But the fact that they're having this guy say this to Becky is the wrong guy. Even though in context they do have similarities. But the fact that WWE just does not quit. It's a new cast of characters every week to try and facilitate a Becky heel turn. This woman can take a steaming shit in the middle of the ring and leave it there, walk away without wiping her ass. And the fans would fucking eat it up. Not literally, figuratively. They would cheer. They would chant, "This is awesome." They would chant, "Becky." They would chant, "You deserve it." I don't understand why WWE continues to try and push Becky as a heel when she is not a heel. And for all the fucking people on Twitter who want to just try and get one over on me and call me a dummy. Asshole! Becky is not a fucking heel. She is a babyface, and WWE is trying to portray her as a heel, but you are dumb enough to slurp that shit up, eat it up, and accept what WWE is giving you. Without questioning anything, because you don't have a fucking brain to use and think for yourself. That's why you come here. So I can enlighten you again. Becky is a babyface. Done. The reactions that she gets are babyface reactions. WWE is portraying her or trying to push her as a heel. Cheating to win. Right? I'm interpreting that as trying to hold on to something that she's worked so hard for so that the establishment doesn't take it away. And in this instance, the establishment is Charlotte. Someone who is undeserving, taking that away. Then you got Corey fucking Graves on commentary. The guy doesn't know when he wants to be a fucking heel or a babyface announcer, using things like disrespectful and heinous. What type of fucking words are you using to describe Becky Lynch is heinous? The fuck planet are you on? Do your job correctly. There's nothing heinous about Becky Lynch. Okay? The only thing heinous is Monday Night Raw. From 8 to 11. If Becky's fucking heinous on SmackDown Live, what the fuck was Jinder Mahal's title reign? Fuck out of here, man. Heinous. Was Stone Cold Steve Austin heinous when he was dumping cement in fucking Vince McMahon's Corvette? Was he heinous when he drove a fucking Zamboni into Monday Night Raw? No, of course not. You're not going to see that type of shit from Becky Lynch, but it's the same context. She's doing what she has to do to fuck management. I am who I am. I'm taking my rightful spot that you didn't give me. Why would you boo that? How could you say that's a heel? I don't understand people's logic. This woman has been held down year after year after year. People want to rise up and celebrate her fucking success. Yet WWE is trying to suppress her success and cast her off as the bad guy. Meanwhile, Charlotte is coming off as the villain here. Because she did wrong. She doesn't understand where Becky's coming from. Because she's fucking entitled. That entitlement is a heel fucking just nature about Charlotte. People are going to side with Becky because they are living vicariously through Becky. Everybody that's watching Becky has been in Becky's shoes before. Everybody that's watching Charlotte fucking hates the people that they know that are exactly like that. So who's the babyface? Is it Charlotte? Fuck no. It's Becky Lynch. Charlotte is the heel. But WWE doesn't want to portray that. They don't want to give you that narrative. So fuck them. They continue to try and try and try and try, and nothing works. Nothing works with this woman. So Edge says Becky can win all the titles she wants. Her face can be on all the posters she wants, but the choices she makes will define her and stain her soul. Edge says the end result of choices she's making now will end with Becky sitting at home, staring at all the titles on the wall, reminiscing about all her accomplishments by herself. Becky then says Edge is right. She really doesn't like herself. And she goes on to say, I love myself. And the fans eat it up. The fans chant for Becky. Going crazy. She tells Edge to stop being so condescending to the champ and get out of her ring. Love it. Absolutely love it. Becky tells Edge to be careful and not to try and hurt his neck again going through the ropes. Now, Charlotte comes out and Flair asks if she really had to go there. Flair tells Edge all Becky cares about is the title on her shoulder. Yeah, just like you care about that same title wanting to be on your shoulder, right? So, how bad is Becky acting here when you want the same fucking thing that Becky has, but she's trying desperately to hold on to it because she knows that if it goes back to you, we're right back to square one, and the title's on someone that doesn't fucking deserve it and has done nothing to earn it. Fuck out of here. Flair mentions Becky running away from her at the Super Showdown, and Flair enters the ring and spears Becky. They brawl. Referees break it up. Adam Pearce, Jamie Noble are there. Fit Finley's out there. Several referees trying to break them up. And that is the match that will be taking place at Evolution in a last woman standing match. Those are my thoughts on that. If you got a problem with that, I really don't even care. I don't care. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. Period. SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, The Bar versus The New Day. I am not shocked that they did the tag team title change here. I figured that something would have been done as far as a title switch here, whether it was the U.S. title or the tag team titles. We got the tag team titles to be switched. This was a very, very good match. You really couldn't tell because there was a fucking huge commercial break in the middle of this, which I don't understand. But at the end of this thing, there is a table on the outside that Jerry Lawler and Booker T are sitting on. And there's a huge fucking orange table there with pancakes all over it. So they're doing guest commentary for the night. So we get the Bar on the outside looking to destroy this table. And it looks like they're about to throw Kofi Kingston through the table. So Woods leaps out to the floor. The Bar catches him and sends him into the barrier. The Bar then clears the announce table where Jerry Lawler and Booker T were sitting. All of a sudden, for absolutely no reason, and I put my head down in shame, is the Big Show came out, marches to the ring looking very angry. So the Big Show comes out here, and we don't know what he's doing. All of a sudden, he like scares off the Bar a little bit. They're running around ringside. He goes over to Kofi, picks Kofi up off the ground, and we're all thinking that he's going to help the New Day. But it's the opposite. He takes Kofi by the throat. He chokeslams him through the New Day announce table that Jerry Lawler and Booker T was sitting on. Big E is shocked at what's going on. So Sheamus is in the ring. Big E turns around, eats a bro kick, makes the cover, and we have new tag team champions. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why this heel turn was necessary for the Big Show. I guess there could be 1,001 other worse things you could do with the Big Show, but if you're wondering why the Big Show turned heel, I'm assuming this is his 1,000th heel turn for episode 1,000. That's the only thing I could come up with. I don't see how this makes sense. The tag team titles are off the New Day. I am sure they are bound to get a rematch. God forbid we get now 6-man tags with these 6 guys. That's all we fucking need. But the Bar are new tag team champions. Hopefully this is ushering the New Day out for a little bit. And being that the Usos, remember the Usos? They beat AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. Being that they beat the WWE Champion and the #1 contender, maybe we get the Usos versus the Bar as the next tag team title program on SmackDown Live. Just a little thought there that would definitely make a lot of sense. World Cup qualifying match here. Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Non-title United States Championship match. This match was okay. I mean, clearly, sloppy at parts. This was the first time ever, I believe, period. So, there's a little miscommunication on the fact that you got 2 great wrestlers who have never worked with one another, working together for the first time. Mistakes are bound to happen. Some sloppiness is bound to happen. Was there any doubt who was going to win this match? I mean, it's Rey Mysterio's first match back in WWE, singles match. Why would you have him lose? And the fact that the biggest names are being requested at the behest of Saudi Arabia. Are they going to want Rey Mysterio or are they going to want Shinsuke Nakamura? The answer is very simple. Rey Mysterio wins here with a 6-1-9. Rey looks fantastic. He advances to the World Cup. I don't think that Rey Mysterio is going to win the World Cup, but stranger things have happened. All I know is that Randy Orton is in that World Cup, and the fact that Randy Orton is right now the hottest heel on SmackDown Live. You cannot have him lose unless they do book him to lose as a DQ finish, and he just goes completely off the chain, lunatic fringe, psychotic, and just does something that gets himself disqualified. And he don't care about the World Cup. He just wants to fucking maim and injure somebody. So we'll see what happens. But Rey Mysterio looks fantastic. Crowd went crazy for him. At one point, it was a little ridiculous. There was a chant of "You deserve." Oh no, you deserve. You still got it. In the middle of this match, there were chants for Rey Mysterio of "You still got it." He's always had it. When has he ever lost it? I understand people aren't watching Lucha Underground when he was on Lucha Underground. I understand people aren't watching New Japan, these fucking casuals in Washington, D.C. But when has Rey Mysterio ever lost it? You still got it. I hate that fucking chant. Save that shit for Sting when he comes back out of retirement and wrestles The Undertaker. God forbid, Ridiculous. Anyway, By the time this match was over, there was 5 minutes left in the show. So Mysterio wins. No celebration. You know, Rey Mysterio's back and everybody's happy to see him. He's doing his post-match, goodbyes. He's just relishing in the fact that he's back. Rey Mysterio's in the ring, and the count is made. Soon as the count is made, 1, 2, 3, the Undertaker's gong goes off. Place goes dark, lightning and thunder in the arena. So it's 9:55 at this point, and we all know SmackDown doesn't have any overruns. They got to end at 10 p.m. The fact that USA Network didn't give these guys at least 5-10 minutes is ridiculous. Undertaker comes out, literally takes him 4 minutes to walk to the ring. He's got 1 minute left for a promo. All he says is, at Crown Jewel, and then fans start booing, I have 3 words for DX. Rest in peace. And that was it. That's the way you end SmackDown Live. Out of all the fucking people on this show to kind of, relive the memories of SmackDown Live and talk about how important SmackDown Live is to WWE. You got The Undertaker out there, mentions nothing about the history of SmackDown Live, mentions Crown Jewel, says he's got 3 words for DX, rest in peace. So you mean to tell me The Undertaker flew from Texas, or Death Valley, where the fuck this guy's from, flew from Texas, got on a plane from Texas to DC, got to the arena, sat in the back, had some catering, put on his makeup, got dressed, came out, did his thing, said rest in peace, and then goodbye. On SmackDown's 1000th episode. If that is not a colossal waste of time, I don't know what the fuck is, man. That was absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. They were better off playing the fucking promo that we seen on Monday Night Raw with Kane and The Undertaker in the goddamn boiler room. You could have put a fucking computer screen in the middle of the ring and had The Undertaker appear on Skype. It probably would have been better off. If that's what you had. If that's all you had for The Undertaker on SmackDown Live 1000. Ridiculous. That was going to get me excited about the match. That little thing, that little tease was going to get me more excited about the D-Generation X versus Brothers of Destruction match. If that doesn't show you that WWE had no care about SmackDown Live 1000, or if this show was not rushed, I don't know what the fuck is, man. Listen, it was a good throwback for what it was, but ultimately, it was a celebration of a show that WWE really didn't want to celebrate tonight. By the looks of it, they didn't want to celebrate. They gave you a few cameos. They lived up to the fact they got 1,000 episodes. They tried their best to fill television and continue storylines into these major pay-per-views that we got coming up. But ultimately, this show fell flat on its face. It's still better than Raw. But ultimately, this show fell flat on its face. And it was nothing more than a generic episode of SmackDown Live with the SmackDown Live 1000 theme. Those are my thoughts. That is all I got for you guys tonight, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the SmackDown Live 1000 review. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. WWE is presenting NXT UK on the network. I will be reviewing the debut episode in full right here on the YouTube channel, man. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot of stuff coming up tomorrow. We got NXT UK, we got NXT, we got the Mae Young Classic. I will probably talk about the Mae Young Classic on my NXT review. I'm not going to dedicate another video just to the Mae Young Classic. But I'll probably talk about that on NXT. We'll cover NXT in its entirety tomorrow. Going to be a good day, man, so don't go anywhere. Thank you guys so very much. Hit that thumbs up. 2,000 thumbs up is the goal on this video, man, for SmackDown Live 1000. Let me know what you guys think down below. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT UK, the debut episode. I'll talk to you guys later.